darn golly, it's Lori Lindsay, and it's the 23rd, the day of the rapture, don't you know? And I just did a whole video. It was 5 minutes, and I did a card pull and the whole thing. And then I went to, to touch the thing that says, I should do the comment or the closed caption. It just went away. It just went away. Yeah. It's going to be a great day with technology, isn't it, Lori Lindsay? It sure is. It sure is. So the card I pulled was Inner Strength. I would go through the whole thing with you again, but, this is the card Spirit wanted. So I'm going to read it in my regular voice. So Inner Strength. My inner strength is unwavering, rooted in the connection to the divine. No matter the challenges I face, I know I have the power to overcome them. Through self-belief and resilience, I tap into the infinite well of strength that lies within. So, if you know anything about pre-Bible and Jesus' true message, that we already have everything that we know. It's already encoded into our soul, and he came to remind us of that. You are the light of the world. But yet then this whole crazy patriarchy church Roman Catholic thing came in, and we had to have all these rules, and women, were so subservient, and it led to so many things. But the divine feminine is rising, and we are starting to hear more about Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene was not a prostitute. She was actually Jesus's equal, and many believe that she funded his mission, and he treated her like I don't know. They worked together. Let's just put it that way. She wasn't a servant. She wasn't someone who hung out in brothels. That was all made up. It was made up by a pope. And yeah. So it's interesting if you start to read the books of the Bible that people wanted included in the Bible and never made it in. And there's a lot of divine stories that never made it into the Bible. If you've ever taken a class in Bible as literature, you find out that the canon was sealed at different times, at 2 different times. There was the Catholic one that was sealed at one time, and then there was the Protestant version. And there were a lot of stories that were not included. And then, of course, there's extra books in the Catholic Bible, which, the Protestants call it the Apocrypha, which means false. There's so much politics around when the Bible closed, right? And the Bible was not written by God. It was written by man, and it wasn't even put down on paper until like 100 years after he was gone. And it was several scrolls that went around in like carts, and people got to see these scrolls. So, everything you think you know about the Bible, it's interesting to do a little reading and find out. I wouldn't say research, because research actually means you use a scientific method, and most people do not research. They just read, all right? Yeah. So Inner Strength is the card for today. And Jesus wanted us to remember that we have the strength within us. We have the answers within us. We don't have to go to a man and tell him our sins, because in God's eyes, we didn't have sin. We have lessons. And from those lessons, we learn to do better. I don't have to go and then say 100 Hail Marys to make, my relationship with my spirit better. That's bullshit. My higher self, or my God, or my creator, just wants me to communicate with them and to be at oneness with them, not to, feel guilty about things that I'm doing, because everything we do is a life lesson. I truly believe that. So I didn't know I'd go off on a little Bible tangent this morning. Raised Catholic, we didn't memorize the Bible like a lot of Protestant faiths, but I do know a lot about the Bible. I did take Bible as literature in college, and I had all these whack job Christian nationalists in the class who wanted to make it a religious class, and the teacher kept saying, this is not a religious class. This is analyzing the Bible as a piece of literature, which I believe now it is a piece of literature. It is not this holy relic, because they left out so much of what Jesus really wanted to say. So, yeah, I could go into the Book of Mormon, too. I've been reading a lot about that, but not researching, because it's not scientific method. Keep that in mind when you say, oh, I researched vaccinations. No, you didn't. You read about them. So, words are important. Words are important. So, it's going to be a great day. I hope this video actually recorded and everything, and I'll get, they won't let me do closed captions or any, censorship. So, yeah. So that's just the way it is, and I can do hard things. This is my shirt today. I can do hard things. So, I hope you're having a great day. Taking the calmness, and then release. Love and light to all of you. Hope you have a blessed day.